Brace yourselves, folks, the heat is coming, and it's predicted to be hotter than ever. We're not just talking about a typical summer scorcher. This year, weather forecasts warn us of temperatures that may well surpass the records we've seen in previous years. It's not a matter of if, but when. A heat wave, unlike any other we've experienced, is on the horizon, and it's time we start addressing the elephant in the room. Now you might be thinking, it's just a little more heat, what's the big deal? But consider this, rising global temperatures are not an isolated phenomenon. They're part of a larger, more complex issue that affects us all. This isn't just about needing an extra glass of lemonade or cranking up the air conditioning. No, the implications are far more profound. We're witnessing an alarming trend of more frequent and intense extreme weather events. Think back to the last few years. Have you noticed how storms seem to be more powerful, how droughts last longer, how heat waves are more intense? That's not a coincidence. That's a result of the rising temperatures we're experiencing globally. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. These extreme weather patterns pose a grave threat to our food and water sources. Droughts dry up our reservoirs and cripple our agriculture. Hurricanes destroy infrastructure and disrupt supply chains. Heat waves exacerbate wildfires, turning vast stretches of fertile land into ashes. The reality is we're standing on the precipice of a new era. An era where the weather isn't just a topic for small talk, but a vital player in our survival game. An era where the heat isn't just uncomfortable, it's potentially devastating. So, as we move into these unprecedented times, we must be vigilant, we must be informed, and most importantly, we must be prepared. Because this isn't just a heat wave we're bracing for, it's a wake-up call. The question isn't whether it's going to be hot, the question is, are you ready for what's coming? Extreme heat isn't just a discomfort, it's a potential disaster. Imagine a world where the summer sun doesn't just give you a tan, but it scorches the earth, leaving behind a barren landscape. This isn't just a dystopian fantasy, but a frightening reality that we may soon face. And with this intense heat, come a host of threats that we need to be wary of. Hurricanes, for instance, draw their power from warm ocean waters. As the heat intensifies, so does their strength and frequency. These storms don't just bring in a day of heavy rain, but they leave a trail of destruction in their wake with powerful winds and devastating floods. Extreme heat also paves the way for droughts. Imagine turning on your tap and not a single drop of water comes out, or walking through fields of crops, all wilted and brown. As the earth dries up, so does our access to fresh water and food. This could lead to an alarming rise in food shortages, and consequently, starvation. But it's not just about recognizing these threats. It's about understanding that these threats are very real, and they vary from region to region. A coastal town might be more prone to hurricanes, while a landlocked city might suffer more from droughts. Understanding the specific threats your area faces is the first step in preparing for them. So what can we do? We can start by acknowledging that these threats are real. We can educate ourselves and those around us. We can learn about the specific threats our regions face and start preparing for them. We can advocate for policies that combat climate change and its disastrous effects. Remember, complacency is our enemy. Ignoring these threats won't make them go away. But knowledge, on the other hand, can be our greatest ally. Knowledge allows us to prepare, to adapt, and to survive. Knowledge is power. And in this case, knowledge could be your ticket to survival. Preparation isn't just for the Boy Scouts, it's for everyone who wants to survive what's coming. As we brace for the summer, it's critical that we take a proactive approach to our survival. The first step in this process is assessing the risks. We need to have a clear understanding of the threats that these extreme weather patterns could pose. Could it be a drought that dries up your local water source? Or perhaps a heat wave that makes it too hot to step outside? Maybe it's a hurricane that's more powerful than anything you've seen before. Whatever it is, knowing the risks is the key to being prepared. Once we're aware of the potential dangers, we can start setting survival goals. These could range from ensuring a steady supply of water, securing a cool place to stay, or even having an evacuation plan in case things get too extreme. Remember, these goals should be realistic and achievable. There's no point planning for a scenario that's unlikely to happen, and at the same time, we mustn't underestimate the severity of the situation. Now, I'm sure some of you might be thinking, but I've lived through hot summers before, why should this one be any different? Well, let me tell you, the rising global temperatures are not just making our summers hotter, they are also increasing the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. And if we're not prepared, these could catch us off guard and have devastating effects. We cannot stress enough the urgency of being prepared for potential disasters. It's not just about surviving the summer, it's about ensuring our well-being in the face of an uncertain future. It's about adapting to a new normal, where extreme weather events are not just possibilities, they're probabilities. So, let's get serious about our preparation. Let's start today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Because every moment we waste is a moment we're not prepared. And in a world where the weather is becoming more unpredictable, preparation is our best defense. A little preparation now could mean the difference between surviving and succumbing to the heat. Every survivalist knows the importance of a good survival kit. Entering the realm of survival, one must be armed with the right tools. In the face of extreme heat conditions, the significance of a well-prepared survival kit becomes even more paramount. Why, you ask? Let's dive into it. First and foremost, water. Dehydration is a real threat under extreme heat. It can lead to serious health issues, even death. So ensure your survival kit includes a reliable water purification system. This could be a portable water filter, purification tablets, or even a solar-powered water distiller. Remember, you're not just fighting thirst, you're protecting yourself from potentially harmful waterborne bacteria and viruses. Food is the next essential. High-energy, non-perishable food items like energy bars, dried fruits, and canned goods should form the backbone of your survival food supply. Consider also packing a compact fishing kit or snare wire for catching game. Even in the heat, you'll need fuel to keep you going. Shelter is another key element to consider. A lightweight, heat-reflective survival blanket can serve multiple purposes. It can shield you from the harsh sun during the day and keep you warm during the cool nights. A quality tarp or a bivvy can also provide a quick shelter from the elements. Beyond these basics, your kit should include a first aid kit, a multi-tool, and a fire starting kit. A flashlight and a solar-powered charger can be lifesavers in the dark. Don't forget to pack a compass and maps for navigation. One last piece of advice. Customize your kit based on your needs and the specific challenges of your region. Consider your personal health needs, dietary restrictions, and regional threats when assembling your kit. Remember, preparation is your best defense against the unpredictability of extreme weather. The goal is to be self-sufficient, capable of addressing basic needs in a crisis situation. A well-stocked survival kit isn't a guarantee of survival, but it sure improves your odds. Survival isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about adaptation and engagement. You see, the world around us is not static. It's ever-changing, and to survive in it, we too must change and adapt. We must embrace the fact that what worked yesterday might not work today, and what works today might not work tomorrow. Adaptation is the key to survival. It's about being flexible, being resilient, and being ready to change our approach when circumstances demand it. It's about understanding the environment and adjusting our strategies and tactics to suit it. But adaptation is not just about reacting to changes. It's also about anticipating them. It's about having the foresight to see what's coming and the courage to prepare for it. It's about being proactive, not just reactive. But adaptation alone is not enough. We also need to engage. Engagement is about being an active participant in our own survival. It's about seeking out information, learning new skills, and sharing our experiences and knowledge with others. The survival community is a rich source of wisdom and advice. It's a place where we can learn from the experiences of others, share our own experiences, and support each other in our survival efforts. Engagement is also about being aware of the world around us. It's about keeping our eyes and ears open, staying informed, and staying connected. It's about understanding the threats and challenges we face and taking action to address them. So let's engage, let's adapt, and let's survive. Let's learn from each other, share our experiences, and support each other. Let's be proactive, not just reactive. Let's be adaptable, not just fit. Your comments, tips, and experiences are invaluable. Share them below. Let's learn from each other and build a stronger, more resilient survival community. Survival isn't about being the fittest, it's about being the most adaptable. So, are you ready to adapt?